Maybe it's in the gutter where I left my lover.
YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Wiles, right? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to NBA 2K24. Okay, so over the weekend we had an event called Become a Pro, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I had high hopes for this. As I am a competitive person, I did want to see what this event was all about and see if I can step my toe inside the comp scene. I haven't played 2K22 or 2K23 that much, which might have been a good year to dip my toe into the competitive scene. I have done Pro-Am games before back in the day, like 2K20, 19, 21. Those are like the years where I try to find a good team to play with on a regular basis. But those 22 and 23 wasn't really like a fun year for me to play 2K, so I didn't really open myself up to it. But I decided to try this event to see what it was about, to see if it gives people who don't have a name, who don't have a team, an opportunity to show themselves out in the competitive scene. Maybe one day make it drafted, right? So I spent Friday, spent some time playing it, then Saturday spent some time playing it, and then Sunday, this past coming Sunday, I streamed it. And even though I did enjoy the event, I feel like the event could have been so much better, because I feel like this event, much like the Rec Center, should have a squad and a no squad for this event. Maybe there was and I just didn't notice, but definitely the first two nights, or first two sessions, let's say, I was running into like sweaty teams, and I'm just a lonely dude running with complete randoms. Like, it felt like rec players going up against full Pro-Am teams, like, you know what I mean? So if that's what normally happens in this event, like, that shouldn't be a thing. Like, that was my biggest flaw with this. I like the look, I like the setup. There's a lot of things I did like about it. I definitely like that it was double rep. That's why I spent so much time here trying to get those double rep on wins. And I'm using my center because I feel like I get more wins on my center than I get with any other position. It's like I play two guard, nobody passing me the ball when I try to get open. You know, then I end up having to play point guard as my two guard, and I don't have the highest ball handling, so I'm getting ripped often, you know. And then I don't have a lock yet, and I could play PG, but I like the PG I have, but it's not really optimal for what we know now, right? It's not a 6'6", it's a 6'4", so a good perimeter, good steal, like 70 interior and 70 rebounding. I probably would have, you know, now, even though it's a good build, I probably would have lowered my rebounding, take that off, maybe upgrade my three-pointer or my mid-range. So mid-range on that build is like a 71. But that's besides the point. So I just play center because I really like my center build. That's besides the point now, though. Going still back into this Be a Pro series, you run into a lot of, actually you do run into a lot of people who know basketball and know how to at least space the floor. Like that guy right there, you just saw, he was sitting in the corner, he ended up getting himself open. And that's really, really good. So you do run into some people that really know what they're doing. Like the other day, the last match of the Be a Pro session, I ran into this one guy who, we were down a lot, much like in this video. We were down a lot, and we ended up coming back and winning that game because he found his flow. He knew how to use my screens, and he was getting open shots, as well as passing to the AI and the people that were open. So, you know, you do run into people that know basketball and know how to play the game and don't mind getting their teammates involved, right? So that's really, really good. But the simple fact that you run into squads, like, that's not even 100% fair, because when you run into squads, your whole team's going to communicate, and chances are you know how to play everything. If you run into here and even if you try to communicate with the team, it's not everybody's going to listen, because everybody's got egos on this game. Like, you tell somebody, hey, like, just go sit in the corner, and if you get open and I get the rebound to pass to, be like, nah, I'm not sitting in the corner, I'm not no pylon. Then next thing you know, that throws the whole team chemistry off, because they don't, you know, they don't have the winners mentality, do whatever it takes to win mentality. So, you know, you have people running all over the place. You got like small 6'2" guards trying to set screens and stuff like that, as you're a 7-foot big body center trying to do the same thing. So it's crowding the area for who's ever got the ball. I've had my struggles in this too. Like, a lot of games run into a 5-out kind of offense, so I'm forced to play the perimeter, and I'm slow. I don't have that high of acceleration. I have like a 52, 53 acceleration, so it's tough playing the perimeter. but when I got it inside, it's a little bit better for me, right? So there you go, got a nice little dunk there. But I think this event has a lot of potential. I think they're coming up with a 3v3 in the next session, I believe. I think it's on the 24th or something like that. It's gonna be 3v3. That's gonna get really interesting, because I don't necessarily have a build for the 3v3. I could bring my point guard out for a 3v3 because he's got perimeter defense at least. I could bring my 2 guard out. He's got decent perimeter, but he's got no inside, so I could get burned on the inside. But as long as, I believe, if they come out with this again, I was pretty high in this. I was like top 2,000 by the time I finished, or maybe top 1,000 by the time I finished the event. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. I didn't check. But I know some of the sessions before, I was definitely top 2,000. So I believe, you know, this event has a lot of potential, and if they just separate the people who have a squad and don't have a squad, it'd be very, very nice. The only problem is we need to motivate people to not quit out of games. I've done it a couple times because like, you're getting blown out by like 30. It was just me left at 4 AIs, and if the AIs aren't hitting, then they're just gonna like double me, go down the court and score. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a motivational way, or maybe a requirement way, to get people from quitting out of these events for people who want to actually try and get their name out there, you know. Because let's say you do have the squad and no squad, you know, there might be some people only averaging 8 points per game, but they're only getting like 4 shots up, and then one dude is averaging like 50 a game, but he's playing with AIs. So because everybody keeps quitting, he gets most of the shots up, he gets open looks, because chances are the other teams stop playing defense. If it's just you, the other team's gonna stop playing defense, and you get open shots up all the time, so you could average 50 points per game, which may look good on the scorecard, may look good on the stat sheet, but does it truly reflect how good you are? So I believe this event had potential, and it's a great opportunity for people who don't have their name out there, who's trying to get their name out there, to do that. You know what I mean? So just a few tweaks, I believe, in this game could be better. I love the double rep, keep that in there. Maybe try balancing the matchmaking out if you can, to people who leave often and people who don't leave. You know, they stick around. For people who pass the ball, who have higher teammate grades, stuff like that. You know, just that kind of thing. That way, you know, when you get in, it's more quality games, instead of you having people leave like all the time, and it's just like not even worth it. People who ball hog all the time. To change those things around. So yeah, there's a lot of things that need to be, not a lot of things, just a few things. Like it's hard to explain unless you experienced it for like all 3 events, like I have, and I know some people have. Some people even won events, they came top 5, top 10, and stuff like that. Like they really went crazy. But from what I hear, it's either they were part of a squad and they were like scoring like 50 points per game. They're one of the guards that just dropped like high points per game to win, or they were boosting, I heard, but maybe not. I'm not sure really how you win this event. I was just playing it to see if, you know, what the competition is like, but it honestly feels like a slight above level of the rec center. When you go for the no squads, it feels just above that, honestly, until you run into an actual squad running a 2-3 zone with like locks who have like MVP purple border kind of level competition, you know what I mean? Until you run into that with a bunch of randoms, it just feels like a regular rec center. You do run, like I said, you do run into a lot of 5 out because everybody has shooting on the build, and I'm just a simple inside center, which I feel like I should have tweaked my build a little bit a few times, but I still love my build. Don't get it twisted, I still love my build. So it's up to y'all. It's up to y'all if y'all want to play it. I mostly played it for the rep, and if my name gets recognized out there, that's great. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. I am looking for a pro-am team, so if you're a pro-am team, or you're starting a pro-am team, or you're a person who owns a pro-am team, whatever, you know, I am looking for a pro-am team, and I can play pretty much any position. I do want to play 2, 3, or maybe the 4. I'm pretty sure most teams have a center and a point guard already, and I think I'm going to be making a point guard sometime soon as well. and a power forward. Like, I'm actually enjoying this game heavily, that I'm gonna make a power forward lock and another point guard as well. Make a point guard with like a 94 3-pointer and with a Hall of Fame speed booster and stuff like that. Just to try that out, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely making a lock. I just haven't decided how I'm gonna make that lock yet, and a power forward as well. So I'm actually really enjoying this game, man, this year. I actually really enjoy it, besides all the bugs that happen and stuff like that. But this event, man, I hope it comes back again, simply because it was a good first viewing for me, at least. I don't know if they did it last year, but for the first time out, first, like, I feel like big event to become a pro, and for the 2K League and stuff, promoting the 2K League and stuff like that, I feel like it was really good. I didn't run into too many streamers that I know of, or content creators that I know of, simply because they probably got better things to do and they're probably already pros. But anyways, guys, it's been your boys, Bob was right. I rate this 7 out of 10, no, 8 out of 10, and I hope you guys enjoy. See you next time. Peace.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me.